I love this Albareno, and this is a very different pairing, and I hope you're going to like it. But there's a secret ingredient that actually makes it work, and that's cinnamon. So we're gonna make a little bit of lemon mascarpone stuffed French toast. First thing I'm gonna do is take 8 ounces of mascarpone cheese and about 2 tablespoons of lemon curd. The great thing about this recipe is it's so adaptable. So if you're not crazy about lemon like I am, lemon is one of my favorite flavors, you can use strawberry jam or grape jelly or fig jam or just a little bit of sugar in the mascarpone. So I'm going to stir this all together and just make a wonderful filling. So delicious. Now mascarpone is kind of like an Italian cream cheese. It's just so wonderful and it's rich and flavorful. You don't have to stir it through all the way. Just make sure that the lemon curd is pretty well mixed through so you don't get chunks of lemon curd and pieces of toast with no lemon flavor. So it can be a little bit marbled. Now, the next thing I want to do is get my bread ready. So I have a loaf of brioche bread, and I love this bread for this particular French toast. You can also use French bread for this, and you can use just regular bread and even not stuff it, but put this on top. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut my bread about 2 inches thick. Just like this. Anytime I make this, people love it, but particularly around the holidays. It's an incredible Christmas morning toast. So what I want to do now is take one of those pieces of bread, and I'm just going to cut a pocket in the bottom midway. So really what you have here is kind of 2 pieces of French toast, but they're just not separated. So we've got a little pocket in there, see? Just like that. And I'm going to take some of my mascarpone and just stuff it down as far as I can get it inside it. And sometimes I have to use my fingers to do that. And you want to split this mascarpone, this 8 ounces and the 2 tablespoons of your flavoring between the pieces of French toast. So I usually get about 6 pieces of French toast out of this loaf. And then what you want to do is just make sure that you seal it up a little bit. It's not going to hurt it if it's not completely clean. It'll be fine. And then just get that ready. We're going to make a batter to dip it in. So let's take a couple of eggs, and I like to use a nice fresh egg for this. Large is usually what a recipe means if it just says an egg. So I'm going to break that one in there. I'm going to set the extra one aside just in case one is bad. And I'll break this one right in here. Or if you get shells in it and you have to dig around, it's always nice to have it in a separate bowl. So I need 2 eggs for this. So let's beat these a little bit. And then what I want to do is add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Now this is the secret ingredient that makes the Albareno work with this sweet breakfast. And then I'm going to take about a half teaspoon of vanilla and a cup of half and half, or you can use a whole milk, skim milk, or a whipping cream. Just depends on your taste. Let's just whip that through. I have a nice hot pan going over here, and I just want to make sure that it's really, really warm so that when the French toast hits it, that mascarpone has a chance to really melt and meld. Now let's take one of our pieces of French toast. I had an extra loaf that I went ahead and got ready. And you don't want to leave this in long. Remember that brioche soaks up super fast. So what we want to do is just make sure that it's in for a few seconds on each side. I'd say about 5-6 seconds per side. And then we're just going to put it right in our nice hot pan. Let's do another. Now while that's getting ready, I want to show you what we're going to use. Some raspberries, blueberries, some blackberries, and strawberries. And then I've sauteed a little bit of sliced almonds in some butter, just a quick saute. You can also put them just in the oven to toast a little bit, but it really makes a difference in this French toast. And then we're going to finish it off with some whipped cream and just a little bit of powdered sugar. All right, so our French toast should be ready. Oh, this looks fantastic. So I just want to take one piece, because remember, one of these is like having 2 pieces of French toast. And I just want to top it with some berries. Scatter them around. It's just such a pretty dish that you want these all over. Lots of red and blue. Before I put the blackberries on, I just want to do a little dollop of whipped cream, and then I'm going to finish this beautiful decoration. So I'm not going to quite do a quenelle. Now let's do some of those blackberries. And we're going to sprinkle it with some of these delicious toasted almonds. And finish it off with just a hint of the powdered sugar. And if you put this in a little sifter and just tap it with your fingers, it works great. This is one of my favorite breakfasts, and I do love to make breakfast. So let's try it with this delicious albareno. Now this particular recipe will go great for a brunch. If you want to use it with a sparkling, it works well, but the effervescence that is just significant and indicative of the albareno is right there. So who wouldn't want this beautiful French toast on their holiday table? It's just incredible, so easy to prepare, and can be made the night before.